So, if you guys didn't know, even though it's been documented over the last 2 years now, Washington drafted Dwayne Haskins 15th overall in the 2019 draft, and supposedly that was a Dan Snyder pick because Dan Snyder's son went to school with them. So Washington selected him. However, that current regime and this new regime don't want him, or didn't want him, and don't want him right now. However, when Ron Rivera got the job, he said that this is going to be a quarterback competition for Alex Smith, for Kyle Allen, who he traded for in the offseason. Alex Smith, here's the thing. I think myself and a lot of Washington fans did not expect Alex Smith to start a game this year, let alone, or start a game ever again in his career. But let alone play for in Washington and have Washington in the title hunt. No one thought that, but guess what? Here Washington is in the thick of things. Now, during the 49ers game, Alex Smith gets hurt, has a calf injury, so he gets taken out. Dwayne Haskins steps in, and he doesn't. He still looked. He looked bad. He looked bad. He looked better than what he did in the first 4 weeks of the season, but he still looked bad. And of course, Alex Smith wasn't able to go last week, so Dwayne Haskins gets the nod. And Dwayne Haskins, doesn't play great, doesn't play good, plays okay, doesn't play bad. At the beginning it was bad, at the beginning. But as the second half grew on, because Washington, for some reason, loves to play in the second half. I don't know why they can never put a full game together. I'm going to tell you right here, right now, if Washington makes it to the playoffs, there is no way you can play the second half and not play the first half. Washington needs to fix that. But I'll get into that at a later time. Later time for that discussion. So Dwayne Haskins plays okay on Sunday, but doesn't do good enough to win. Yes, the play calling was questionable with putting in Morgan Moses and J.D. McKissick. Oh, excuse me, I got burps. Sorry guys, I just had dinner. So here we are. Dwayne Haskins. Obviously Washington loses the game against Seattle. So now reports come out that Dwayne Haskins went to a strip club. This is what it's been developing over the last few days. So Dwayne Haskins loses the game, right? Sunday evening, apparently, he's hanging out with strippers with no mask on. You've got to be kidding me, man. Really? Really? You lose the game, and you're out there partying with strippers with no mask on. Really? Wow. And then, look, I don't know what his attitude, I don't know what his problem is. I don't know if it's he, because he wasn't liked he wasn't liked by the previous regime, but Dan Snyder liked him, and he's not liked by the current regime, the new regime now, but Dan Snyder still likes him. I don't know what it is, but his attitude just is garbage. So before I go on a tangent on how that is bad. So Dwayne Haskins, there were talks of him getting suspended for games, him getting, fined or whatever. He just got fined. Here's the thing. Unfortunately, if this was a totally different story, that, if we had, Alex Smith healthy and Kyle Allen healthy, I would have said, yeah, you know what? Get, bench Dwayne Haskins for all I care. I don't care. The guy's done here in DC anyway. Unfortunately, that's not the case. There may be a scenario where Alex Smith still can't go this week. And we're going to have to rely on him, because I'd rather not rely on practice squad guys I've never seen practice squad guys practice squad guys play. So you know what? It's unfortunate, but unfortunately, it's a tough position. If Washington was not in the title race, or if Alex Smith and Kyle Allen were the two quarterbacks, I would have said get rid of Haskins, cut him, do whatever you want with him. But unfortunately, we're in a pinch situation where I don't want to see practice squad quarterbacks start right now because Washington is in the title race. So Dwayne Haskins gets fined. He also is stripped of his captain of the captain title, or whatever you would like to call it, or the C on his chest that he was named earlier in the year. So I think that for now, until the off season, and this is why I like Ron Rivera's approach. He deals with things in the off season. He does not allow that right there is good mentality. You do not allow, current distractions to, take focus. Washington's focus is in winning the last two games, winning the division, and getting into the playoffs. Deal with Dwayne Haskins later. After that, you can cut him, you can, trade him, even though his trade value is also down, way down. Do whatever you want with him after the season. Right now, for the sake of the team, unfortunately, yes, I'm saying that because I know he was partying with strippers, but at this point, it is what it is. At this point, deal with it on the off season. Is what I'm saying. Deal with it whenever you get knocked out. Either via you lose this game and you lose against Philadelphia and you're knocked out of playoff contention, or if you're knocked out in the playoffs, just do it in the offseason. Do it in the offseason. Don't allow Dwayne Haskins, he said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry." He apologized. "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm becoming." I'm sick and tired of his apologies. He did it the first. He said that the first time. We hoped he learned his lesson. Unfortunately, he did not. Hence the reason why we're in this situation yet again. So he is fined. Can't remember what the total was. I think it was like in the. Well, I'm not even gonna try, but guessing the number. I would have to look it up. But he was fined, and he was stripped of being a captain for the team. So for now, that's a good enough punishment. It is what it is. I wouldn't say it's cutting him would be the best scenario, but right now, because again, like I said, Washington is in the mix of the title hunt for the NFC East. Washington doesn't need, and, with the health of Alex Smith right now, since, I wouldn't, let me know if you guys trust practice squad guys. Have you seen those guys play at all? Let me know in college or whatever. But I rather not trust in practice squad guys if Alex Smith goes down. So let me know what you guys think. Up next, we're going to be talking about Dan Snyder and the alleged assault, charges that were pressed against him. So we'll be talking about that here next.